What's up guys, Peepo here, and today's video is going to be about this, not the mesh but the head, and it is the new Hammer 500 from STX. So, start off, the Hammer, the original Hammer U from STX had its flaws. Everybody should know them by now, but basically you had a whole issue of the scoop flattening out, this area flaring inward, and it wasn't a pretty picture after a season for most Hammer U's. Great head, I would say that it strings up pretty well. You can get a decent pocket in it, but it's only if you know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're pretty much out of luck with it. But so, to kind of just get right into it aesthetically, it is fairly simple. Hopefully you can see all the little aesthetic changes to it. I'll have some pictures at the end of the video for you to get some clearer pictures or looks at it, but they've changed the scoop a little bit. It is fairly smooth, I believe. What is it called? Don't have it, but I believe it's called a speed scoop. Yeah, speed scoop, because it has SS right there. Might want to think over the whole SS thing. That's just me. But so, they kind of cut out more so on the scoop while still making it so that it is fairly rigid, but also the speed scoop allows it to have a very gliding motion, but because of how it's set up, your top string is kind of recessed away from, or more so towards the front of the head, and you don't have to worry too much about ripping the top string like you do with a decent amount of STX heads out there, girls and guys. So nice little feature that they added there. Added a couple cutouts in the front of the scoop that cut away some weight. Now they have, it has some more technology here close to the scoop that is for slap checks, as well as keeping this area rigid and protecting it, making sure it doesn't snap there. Again, they keep the C-channel technology in the sides, although it's not as pronounced as it used to be. So it still has the strength and enforcement of the plastic, but you don't have to worry about too much of a difficulty stringing. I believe there's just as many holes on it as there is on the original Hammer. The stringing wise, it strings up very easily. You can definitely stretch it out without the worrying about the head warping while you're stringing. The holes are in rhombus or diamond shape, so if you're more towards wanting to really stretch it out and try and have a little bit of a higher pocket for you kind of LSM or high pocket players, the sidewall holes kind of cater towards that. And then you get into the throat, which you can see is a little bit crazier looking. There's a lot of cutout going on so that they lose weight while still having good strength ratio. It is a double screw hole head still, which honestly I feel that every head should be a double screw hole head, just for the sake of getting rid of rattle, but a lot of heads out there don't have that. When it comes to the face shape, it has a slightly tighter throat, but it's still very much a wide head. Although, because of how you can string it, because of that slightly tighter face, you could probably use this for midfield if you really wanted to. But definitely a deep holes head. plenty of little aesthetic changes here, matte and gloss stuff going on. It's mostly a matte finished head, but it's just like with a lot of their heads, there's kind of a race car-esque thing where it has glossy and then matte finish going on all over the place. All in all, I think it's a pretty solid head. It doesn't warp too easily. It's definitely a very stiff head. Again, it could be used for LSM if you really want to, as long as you string it up properly. All in all, I mean, I'm not much of a deep pull sort of head kind of guy, but if I were to use a deep pull, this would probably be in like my top 3 or top 4 heads to choose from. Not really, I don't really have an order for that top section, but it's whatever. But so, new Hammer 500 from STX, very solid head. I mean, if I really had to sit down and rattle off anything as far as changes or anything like that, I could, but as of right now, I think there's not much you can really do with something like this other than change aesthetics so that it looks a little different. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you got a little bit of something out of this. Hammer 500, go check it out. Hope you like it.